An increased focus on natural disasters is perhaps the byproduct of the rash of recent tragedies, from the record-setting tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, to Hurricane Sandy and Japan's massive tsunami, to name recent examples. Emergency responders have taken notice and are redoubling their efforts to prepare. A recent report to Oregon legislators concluded that an earthquake off the Oregon coast is not a matter of if, but when. And when it does strike, the death toll could reach 10,000. They say because Oregon and Japan's coastline mirror each other, we can expect the same type of disaster they experienced. Colonel Robert Gentry, State Air Surgeon, Oregon National Guard, is helping prepare the state for just such an emergency. He has participated in exercises geared toward responding to this very scenario. And he came away with an interesting observation.
If we were involved in this, we would all respond to our base at Kingsley Field and probably sit there for the next days watching events unfold on CNN.
And that left him to ponder a more nimble response, one that gets his expert staff to the victims in hours, not days. It's called a go bag, and it's filled with enough medical supplies, food, and shelter to house a 173rd Fighter Wing doctor or nurse on site for 3 days.
The equipment package leverages us to be able to respond in a short amount of time with a minimum amount of difficulty to wherever we're needed within those first few hours or day or two when casualties are getting sicker or dying.
Large-scale responses can't do this. Dr. Gentry makes the point that roads and infrastructure will be damaged, isolating people. The go bag is a small-scale response. Wearers can take it on a helicopter or hike it into the site. Dr. John Zhu, a senior emergency room doctor at Oregon Health Sciences University Hospital, says it's a problem for civilian and military first responders alike.
Well, I think the Guard is as guilty as civilians in thinking large. And this is where the go bag concept really applies, where you're in first and you're designed to go in quickly. That doctrine doesn't exist in either the conventional fire doctrine or the conventional medical doctrine.
Under Dr. Gentry's leadership, the 173rd Fighter Wing created the Medical Rapid Response Team and its associated go bag. They gave the bags a trial run during a joint exercise staged by the Oregon Disaster Medical Team.
The bag's not as important as the concept of being able to take a group of people, really with not a lot in the way of specific training, who can grab bags that will have medical kits within them. In this case, we're just working the part with the go out and stay overnight.
The 173rd Fighter Wing procured 25 fully equipped bags at a price that seems very reasonable.
We made it pretty cheap and pretty simple, but it's right about $50,000 for an entire medical group to have the go bag set up. That's dirt cheap.
And that may be what makes the program viable at all. As the Department of Defense cuts budgets and programs and people, this may represent a small cost that reaps huge rewards. Dr. Gentry sees it as low-hanging fruit, a small package leveraging the fact that the Guard has medical professionals in nearly every community across the country. With a go bag at the ready, they can render aid when it's needed most and remain self-sufficient for 3 days. Reporting for 1st Air Force Now, I'm Tech Sergeant Jefferson Thompson.
They walk in some of these greens are all walk-in.